If you play mobile games, or have played mobile games for a while, see if you can find any common ground in this story. There's an item you've been debating about purchasing in one of the shops of your favorite games. After a while of deciding, you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to purchase it this one time. You buy the item, hoping for a particular character, piece of equipment, or upgrade you're really looking forward to. That item does not come. At the end of it, you are disappointed, not in having lost the money, but in yourself for purchasing not an item, but the chance at an item. If you're still not familiar with what I'm talking about, watch this clip by my good friend Mobile Gamer.
No more Basti, come on. Oh, no, you don't need any more. Oh, God, no! Oh, this is money down. Dude, you could have taken your money and literally flushed it down the toilet. This is the equivalent of doing that right now. Can I pull one pack? Maybe I got lucky fingers?
I don't care.
All right, guys.
Why did I do this?
We're going to get a 330 drop right here.
Why did I do this?
Here we go. Shh. Moment of silence. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Come on. Oh, shh. You gotta.
If you don't know what just happened in that clip, he was pulling fragments for a character, and he had one of the characters already completed in a pack of like 6 characters. And he could have basically pulled anyone and it would have been fine, but he only pulled the one of the 6 that he didn't need like a million times in a row. And I just showed you just the last 3 there. Okay, so you might understand this feeling, but this conversation is going to start going in a slightly different direction. Let's look less at the individual doing the gambling and with the addiction, and let's look more at the companies themselves. I would like to now play, without context, a clip here from Tristan Harris on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast.
This is part of this race for attention, that once one actor does something like that, and they algorithmically, figure out what's most popular, the other companies have to follow, because otherwise they won't get the attention. So it's the same thing if, Netflix adds the autoplay 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown to get people to watch the next episode. That if that works at, say, increasing Netflix's watch time by 5%, YouTube sits there, says we just shrunk how much time people were watching YouTube because now they're watching more Netflix. So we're going to add 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 autoplay countdown. And it becomes, again, this game theoretic race.
So basically he's talking about social media companies and how there's a theoretical arms race between grabbing the attention of the viewer or the audience member, right? This can be translated roughly into the mobile gaming category as well. I think it's a fairly good metaphor. I do believe that there has been, in the last 10 years especially, a theoretical arms race when it comes to microtransactions, of the games continually competing against each other to see basically how bad they can get it while keeping as much of the viewer's attention as possible. I think this can be pretty proven by the things like battle passes. You guys remember like one of the first battle passes coming out in the game? How long did it take before every company, even Gacha games, realized we can just throw a battle pass into our game with a little bit of benefits and now scoop up more money? It's gotten to the point where we actually expect a battle pass so that we can buy it in most games. Here's an article from Engadget last month showing that EA actually had to remove a microtransaction ad that was aimed at children. So they're getting to the point now where they're going to start targeting kids. And if you were wondering, the name Darth Microtransaction, that's not coincidental. It's a meme because I've given in to the dark side, right? You were supposed to destroy the microtransactions, not join them. That's the meme because I'm the well and all that. But I'm starting to see as time goes on and as I get more and more into gachas, they're getting more and more predatory. And it's not, I hate the term actually predatory because I don't think that's what it is. They're getting smarter. And so we as the consumer must get smarter as well. One way to do this is through regulation, voting for people that you believe will actually try to make a change. You can see here that a couple of countries have actually banned loot boxes, notably UK. I remember a while ago, this is over a year ago when I was playing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes actually, I ended up looking into one of the FIFA patents, or the EA patents I suppose, that was about FIFA and their algorithm which goes to matching players. I actually ended up showing this to Mobile Gamer because me and him were talking about it and we were thinking about making a video on it, but it ended up being too complicated and we didn't really think people were gonna want to sit down and read a patent. But basically what it stated in their patent was that when somebody spends money, they change the player making algorithm to give them a player that is more likely to lose, be it either a player who's at a disfavorable matchup, on a loss streak, things like that, okay? They give them that player on purpose, even if the person didn't have like the new character on their team or anything, just they had spent money recently to give them the feeling of winning and enjoying the game, to reinforce kind of the Pavlov's bell, right, of having spent money. And I don't think I care so much about psychological tricks like anchoring, where it shows you it used to be $100, but now it's $25, okay? Because you can tell yourself, yeah, it didn't used to be 100, it's always 25. Do I want to pay it? But when we start actually adjusting the way the game itself functions at a level that is unseeable at the player level, that starts to become psychologically deceptive to the point of basically, in my opinion, manipulation. And the unfortunate part is even kind of reports like this one that start talking about the patents, they don't really go into that part of the algorithm matchmaking. They did it very smartly in the patent, where within the patent gives them the right to adjust the matchmaking even based upon spending, but it's hidden within all these layers of, but we can do it because of sportsmanship or losses or win. They're buffering themselves to allow for that level of manipulation. And you can see this in multiple different styles of loot boxes and things. When legal laws come out, that's redundant, but you get it. When laws come out in different countries allowing to have to see transparency of loot boxes, meaning the drop rates and stuff like that, they can very easily get around these things by changing the way the currency works in the game. They can change the way the loot boxes work. I've even seen loot boxes that open into different rarity of loot boxes that then the rewards are random. So that way they can say the drop rate of this loot box opens into these loot boxes. So we kind of end up in an undeniable situation of almost feeling cornered as the consumer, when all the walls are coming in around you and every game is adapting to battle passes, day one patches, new updates, DLC, and everything in between, like skins, for instance, just to flat pay to win content like a lot of the gachas I'm known for. What do you do as the consumer if the only thing you have to do is voting in people that might change regulation? But if you're much of a tinfoil hat, you feel like the people at the top of, the politicians are getting paid off by the big companies or something. How are you supposed to ever win a regulation? Well, like everything in life, it comes down to one answer and one answer only, which is self-responsibility. The only way to win this battle is every time you log into a game that has these tactics. And to be honest, anytime you log into a game, whether or not you know it has these tactics, you know one thing, and that's a business is there to make money. You should be aware of that, and you should always balance anyone else's opinion off of your own, and that even includes me. But the way I'm battling this is by just trying to enjoy the games and realizing difficulty is where your enjoyment comes from. If you're having trouble getting past an obstacle in the game, you're going to feel really good when you finally beat the obstacle and realize the obstacle is the game. Games are and have always been about the journey, not about the destination. If you pick up a game of Super Mario and you're playing Super Mario Kart, but you hate every second of it until you just win at the end, why would you ever play it again? So for the next 30 days, I challenge you, if you're watching this video, and you don't have to do it just because I'm some stupid person imposing a challenge on you, but just for yourself, if you want to, for the next 30 days, anytime that you were going to spend money on a mobile game, okay, instead just don't, and just write it down. Just write it down. Don't look at it, okay? Just write it down. Don't even think about it. Don't feel bad. Don't congratulate yourself. I didn't do it. Just don't. Act like you did and don't. And write it down, okay? Write down the amount on a piece of paper. Don't look at it. Just keep writing it down every time. At the end of the month, go back and look at it. I promise you, it's at least double what you thought it would have been. Anytime I've looked up my receipts on any mobile game, it's almost always 2 times what I thought I spent. And that is because these games do a really good job, but it's also because, bringing it back to the home point, my self-responsibility hasn't been as good as it could be. And I bet there's a lot of people out there in my same shoes. If you liked this video, consider liking it to help me out. Subscribe if you would ever like to see this ginger again. Or if you want to talk to me live, you can come by the live stream. I'll be live now. It's twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. I'm typically live at 7 p.m. EST every day, but I'm going to go on a little early today. Love y'all and have a great day.